You come here and let me hold you. Big guy went to the dentist today. Ain't feeling good. Oh, we missed out on the forging, didn't we? But we're going to do it again, ain't we? We'll do her again. Oh, it's all right. Little man had to go to the dentist and get a bunch of teeth work done. Wasn't feeling good today. So that's understandable, right? But we're going to make it, ain't we? Well, we did some forging today. We needed to, didn't we? We had a lot of stuff to forge. Draw knives, bunch of community knives, a custom knife too. We got all that done. Had to fire up the new forge and make sure that everything worked good, and it did. We got it done. But we're going to put a video out there so everybody can see it, aren't we? So, the video I got coming out, y'all enjoy it. Little man, he was down for the count at the time I made it, so he didn't get a chance to get out there, but that's all right. We have had some rough luck, ain't we? Weather and rain and wind, forge going out, but that's all right. We got it done. Well, y'all enjoy this video. We're gonna go and rest and heal up all them crowns and fillings and pulled teeth. We had a rough day, buddy. Say, watch your top, Dot.
Watch your top, Dot.
God bless y'all. Enjoy the video. Tell them, Rooster. Enjoy the video.
Enjoy the video.
We love y'all. Welcome new subscribers and old timers. We're out of here. There we go. All right. Welcome back. Got the new forge fired up first time. It's a little windy, but we're going to do what we can. It's heating up for the first time, so I wanted to get as, I wanted to get hot, so I'm going to lay a piece of steel in there, and that'll tell me when I can start heat treating. This is about 3/8 of an inch by about 10 inches long, so she's warm. She is warm. That's what they make tongs for. She's heating up really nice. This is going to be a success. I start thermal cycling these knives. Oh, we're going to do a little bit of heat treating on these draw knives too. So y'all stay tuned. I'll bring you back when we start. Just letting the new forge come up to temperature. Okay, I'm starting to put the knives in there now. I got my oil hot. That's what we're doing. We're going to thermal cycle these knives about 3 times. And on the 3rd time, that's when I'll stamp my initials and the numbers, the serial numbers and all that in there. And I've got all that ready right there for that to be done on that piece of plate steel. So that's what we're doing. Y'all stay tuned. And we'll be doing a little bit of handle bending right there on that anvil. So the forge is looking good. It's coming up to temperature. It's still got a ways to go yet, but we'll get there. I'll bring you back. All right. forge time. I love this forge time. I've been waiting to do this for a long time. I believe I've got my pressure up to the right setting. I'll have to tweak it. I'll talk to John Hudson and see how he's running his. But I was running a 100-pound tank, and now I'm only running a 20-pound tank. So we'll see how that goes. I have to learn where the hot spots are, where the cold spots are in the forge. As you can see, in the daylight, this is difficult to do. You can't really see the true color while it's in the forge, but when you bring it into the daylight, the color goes away. See, that color really changes out here. I like to do this at night. Nighttime's the best time. You can really see the color. What we're doing is we're normalizing the steel. Where we ground on it and created heat, we changed the molecular structure and we put stresses in it. And what this does, this relieves those stresses. It really does. As you can see, I'm doing quite a few of these knives at one time. I got behind on this process, and this process is the most important, I think. Very important process in this whole scheme of things. And I can start moving some of these cooler ones over here. Get ready to go back in. Second go round. Yeah, there'll be 3 go rounds, so we have to make sure we do this step right. If we don't, it's for nothing. Nobody wants a knife that won't stay sharp or breaks when you try to use it. We don't want that. No, we don't want that. We want something that's going to hold up. I love this. And then included in today's heat treat episode, we're doing this one too. Yeah. I've been waiting to do this one a while. Long while. Oh yeah. Might as well go ahead and put it in there. Look at that bad boy. First heat cycles burns all the trash off of it, any residue, any oil. It does a lot of things. It really burns off all the garbage that you got on there. It creates a little carbon on the outside, and that's what we don't want to burn away. So we're only doing this 3 times, and then we're going to go in the oil. I'm going to keep normalizing, and I'll bring you back when we start heat treating. I'll set the camera back up a little different. I'll show them going in the oil. We're going to do an edge quench. As As you can see, the forge is not lit. There's a reason for that. When you run out of propane, the forge stops. So, I did get that heat treated, edge quenched. You can see the quench line. However, one knife does not make a complete job. So, until I get me some fuel, I'll just have to get back with you. Let me get some fuel and we'll go back at it again. Okay, so we're back. Now we're gonna go from the forge here in just a minute. And we're gonna go in the oil. Remember, this is an edge quench, so you're only gonna get about that much of that edge in that oil. And it happens pretty quick, so. Drop it on in there and cool it off. Yes, my oil's on fire, but that's all right. We can put it out. There it is, quenched right there. Load the forge back up, put another one in there. What I'm doing is on my last thermal cycle, that forge is getting hot. I'm bringing it out. I'm stamping my initials and the serial number in them right there. Then I'll put them back in the forge and then wait till they come up to a quenching temperature and quench them in the oil. All right, there you have it. Okay, I'm gonna be back for just a minute. What I've got is I've got a client's knife in the forge. Now this is something that's interesting. Now this knife, after the 3 cycles, it has a slight warp in it, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and quench it in the oil. And as soon as I do, I got a vise sitting right back there, and I'm going to clamp it in that vise while it's still hot. And that's where that knife's going to set until it's cold. We'll pull it out of the vise, and then we'll check to see if it's still straight. Now, if you try this after the knife is cold, you're probably going to break it. I've seen it go both ways. So instead of taking that chance while it's still hot, we're going to clamp it in the vise, and we're going to let it set in the vise until it's cold. So I'm getting ready to pull it out and heat treat it, so I might as well leave you right here. And we'll go through the whole process right here shortly. Once I know the edge is set, I'm putting it in the vise. The edge is set. Put my oil out there. All right, now let me see if you can see that knife. Let's move in a little bit. There we go. Yeah, there's a vise down there, but that knife's in that vise cooling off. We'll let that thing sit there. What we're going to do is I've got a couple draw knives I want to heat treat, so that's what I'm going to do next. We'll lay them puppies in the forge. These are my prototypes. I'm hoping y'all like them. I'm going to get about 4 or 5, maybe 6 made up. And I'm going to hand them out, let people test them. Just people at random. I need some feedback. They can keep them when they're done. But I'm hoping that they will work for the axe hafter. There's nothing out there for axe hafting tools. The axe hafters are borrowing tools from the other trades. The blacksmithing trade, the carpentry trade. There's nobody that manufactures specific tools for hafting axes or making axe handles other than duplicators, your standard draw knives, which are, you know, usually too big for smaller shops. So this is something that's compact, designed specifically for axes. So I'll bring you back when we get ready to heat treat these. These are a little different. I'm gonna have to probably do a whole blade quench. They've been normalized. This will be the 3rd time, so on the 3rd cycle I'll go ahead and heat treat. It'll be interesting. I'll bring you back. All right, I'm getting ready to bring one out of the forge. Let me change angles. This is going to be unique because I've never hardened a draw knife before, so I need to just harden the edge side. But that's going to be hard to do. I'm going to have to grip it. Normally, I would grip it from the end, but I believe this time I'm going to have to grip it from the middle. We'll see how it goes. Got to get an even heat. Set. Put my fire out this time. Last time I got carried away and forgot about my fire on my oil. See my quench line. We'll see how it goes. I'll try it with 2 sets of tongs this time. One I can pull it out, the other I can grab the back, go in the oil with it. Anything to speed the process up. Because you don't have it so much time. Fire out. All right. Now what I'm going to do, before I turn my forge off, I'm going to stick a couple of them in there, and I want to get these handles bent. We'll lay that in there like that. Here's another one. What we're going to do now is just going to bend them around that horn on that forge head right there. Zoom in there. We're going to pull them out of the forge and bend the handles right there. So I'll bring you back when they come out. All right, y'all don't laugh at me. I'm rusty, so we'll get together. Reheat it. Grab another one out of there. Getting better. Stick that one back in there. And we'll wait for them to get hot on the other end. Awesome, awesome. All right. I put that in the forge and normalized it, it developed a slight turn, okay? It's probably where I was grinding it and got one side hotter than the other and stressed it. It builds stress in the structure of the steel. And when you reheat it, all that stress comes out. And that will turn to the weaker side, okay? In other words, the strong side will pull. And what I had to do when I finally got it to where I could quench it, I normalized it, took all the stress out of it. It settled to its natural position, which was a slight turn. I quenched it, and while it was still hot, since I edge quenched it, I still retained a lot of heat in the back and the handle, okay, which transferred up to the blade, so I could go ahead and straighten that in a vise. You could try to bend it, but I've seen too many break that way. Molecular structure in steel can be like sand. It can be really coarse or it can be really super fine. Fine is what you're after. Right now, these are so hard. We'll check them with a file. But if I dropped it, 9 times out of 10, I would probably break it. So we're not dropping it. Heat treated. Australia. Awesome. We'll get these last two draw knives we bent the handles on. We'll get them heat treated. Then I'll show you everything on the table, what we did, so you know what I've got to do to get this done. This right here is everything. If you do not get the heat treat right, the knife is just a showpiece. So, with that said, we're almost ready to come out of the forge. About 4 or 5 more minutes. I'll bring you back. All right. Let me get you out of the holder and we'll take a closer look at what we did today. I know the sun's bright. I got the forge out. The oil's hot. What we've got is we've got 10 community knives, all heat treated, and 1 custom knife, heat treated, and 4 draw knives, heat treated. Now comes the cleanup, the handles, the leather sheaths, and finding a new home. Awesome. I'll bring you back.